Hey guys, this is Somi again. I went back to OBS system. It's pretty good, except I have to um, change the name when I finish the video. Um, I can use StreamYard, but uh, this. Here's the one of my topics is shortage of workers. Okay, I guess see on the topics for today and for this video. That is shortage of worker is showing the reason of shortage of worker, the customer cost of a worker, the worker place for the worker, the owner and the management. Um, yeah, here's the one. Yeah, one of them reason is people are reaching that age, they are ready to retire. Plus their kids are whatever. Yeah. Some of them, and I seen some they get their pension, their retirement in pension and SSI, but they get like part-time job, like 3 days a week for a couple hours to keep them busy. I've seen it in there, like in and out, BJ's restaurant, all those things. Yeah, yeah. Most of this is like again, I didn't read this one. What's the topic? Okay. Alice, remember, yeah, Alice Lamberman had also worked for 4 more years as a school teacher before the pandemic hit, but the transition to hybrid. Yes, the incursion didn't come easy for her. She died in summer 2021. Hey, I don't blame her. Her husband and Howard Lemon started to blow down his concert down. Started weighing down his concert down business around the same time. If Mrs. Lambendament was done working, Mr. Bird wanted to be free too, so that they park could take camping trips one of these. The numbers but 69 are one of the example of trading that's quietly working the fabric of American labor force. A they are both 69, right? When baby boomers is in its age past 16, likely other people who in degree after great recession, they like the retirement to earn little bit more extra money, patch up tenure finances. Many today are leaving their jobs market and staying out. And not all the time, as because again, I seen couple of people working in like in and out, BJ's restaurant, those things. Not like for full time, just get out from the house, keep them busy. Yeah, and not everybody has a pension or income after the retirement. Okay, they just get SSI and SDI. That has a big impact for the economy because it is related to a short labor shortage that policymakers war is keep wage and inflation stubborn evenly limited that could force the Federal Reserve to instead raise rate more than otherwise would, raising a recession. About 3.5 million people are missing from the labor force compared to with 1 million expect base per 2020. Um, Clinton Jones H. Pondon and Fed Chair said during a speech last month, pandemic deaths slow immigration expect some declines, but large number of missing workers, roughly 2 million, have similarly type. Hey, if they have patron or ultimate and SRI, I don't blame them. But again, not all people wants to stay home all day. Also, and increasingly peacemaking at the central bank in economists expect do not expect this sentiment to go even go back to I would I who would my sentiment is wanted said Wednesday with Redick of Human Project at the Booking Institution station in station. We're now talking about people who have been regression their life on not working. Millions of Americans left or lost jobs in the early months of coronavirus pandemic as business lay off employees, schools, workers, stay home, childcare disruption, COVID induced disability, and other alleged effects of the pandemic pandemic have been keep people on the sideline. But some of focus went back to quickly once the vaccine became available and business reopened. Other workers have been expansion among MX get age to 64 uh, labor force payment rate the share of people working or active work looking for working has been rebounded to early 2020 levels. Among those 65 up, on the hand, large below the border is make met labor. The elevate every limit of a declare of 900,000 people that has been taken over pace for the strong standing predictive shown steadily lower than was 2020. Despite high wage in the tight labor market, we don't see pay, participation move up, which is contrary to what we thought. Mr. Panel from the Fed said during his final news con- conference of 2020. In addition, part of the just is second, uh, just it just accelerated the repayment as would be employees stay out of work. The research labor shortage have been revamped toward the inconvenience. Customers are still shopping, understaffed firms are eager to produce the goods and service demand. I will talk about that later, okay? So demand. As travel to her, there are 7 jobs opening for every jobless person in America. I will talk about what I think about that. I've been have been raising wages as the first base decline. Right. With coming pain safely feds were but they were targeted to bring inflation full control. Wages are not a major inflation drive of inflation but keep high. Business freeze left liberties get to pass this cost along to the customers. That is why Feds focus on building the labor market back into balance, which would make the ways of determines basically bad news. If makers miss work, it just automatically sideline, waiting to spring back into jobs enough, give enough employees in a safe public with head gap, back gap, negligibly, but labor shortage may be fed on their own. But if many of workers are permanent retirement as pacemaker in case they believe this dark case bring the hard labor market back to the balance required to push hard. It can do has raising rates to slow down the consumer spending and business expense. The payment the comment is not the hiring, but prices you pay for could be paid for a recession. However, able fewer workers available lower than that. Letting parent the Fed has been lower income and the income into Miss Ebert said because of what happened the labor force they just have to suffer growth even more. Okay, here we stop here. One, the workers is like on the minimum wage. They just but give them what $1 or $1.50 extra, and the business later got done on hours. So what's the point? Yeah, and workers and management why they avoid work. No one wants to work because of that. In the workplace, it sucks. Okay, I've been working. I was working at the uh, fast food for 14 years. It sucks. The Fed has been doing hard ways that can be mistaken to decline to conference the way ways of workers have gone for good in the years of 2008 recession, but this miracle begins to conclude that the economy to be soon run off as labor supplies. You think they were buying boats and a huge generation of people between 1946 and 64 continued working later in their lives than previous generation had probably unexpected source of workers. The important is hard to overstate. The U.S. Labor force grew by 9.1 million people between the end of the Great Recession and the start of pandemic. Nearly 90% of that growth, 9.7 million people come from workers 55 or older. I'm pretty sure there are reasons that we ultimately serve as a source of income for of market fuel this time. But boomers were in their 50s and early 60s when the economy begins to emerge from the Great Recession. Many ready to retire, others were just about to when the 28th recession hits, reduce their savings. I don't blame them. Many decided to decline retire. It made as the labor force striking in 2010. They were 11 ranks and the front mid class. Yeah, you can see here. Uh, yeah, but don't come and say. But the point of source have been since surfeit. The generation has aged her with all the big moves now is the late 70s, where over half in what would retention could be condition the retirees that make difference more than six in 10 people between 55 or 60 to look for other jobs, no up the age score, even though later and they were positive to work job. This 3 in 10 people age 55, 65 and 69 participate 699 between 17 for like to like into 10. In short, the demographic that where I was stuck for the boomers to leave their labor market soon, but pandemic seem to have now people who might so otherwise have labor toward a few more years of the scab into retirement. Scab into retirement. It is come into from ranching. It is seen and equated at the University of Texas at Houston said to of the decline in participate, which she said her study it was break in the back cake after baby boom other for 2 over 2. People who obviously didn't work much for various reasons. Some one enjoyed the retirement, others want to even need to work but cannot because of for hard. I don't blame them. In the works of the pandemic, sees maybe PPC alert to the risk of voice expressed at work, giving much more daily for current is for the older people. He called that other people are more fearful of COVID, said concerns and requirements at Wesley College. Only time is graduate to what work long trend is really going to continue. Others why seniors have been out of work for more places reason. Many decent financial ship unlike after that 28 downtown families mass savings during the pandemic thanks to both governments summit payments and price going gain in finance I said it took 2010 for people age 50 by 69 to recover the late 2007 rate labor accounting feds that at this time early 28 full recover by June 2020 financial aid financially rate for that age group now stable at about 20% above what we were was handled into pandemic despite a set market soon while inflation equals spending power. Social Security payment price adjustment which take some of savings away. It sucks. People who's on exercise they don't that they're not getting that much. Unless inflation went realistic, I think it's okay. Yeah, live in Bahamas in Pennsylvania, for instance, would go back to work part time if needed. Hey, part time is not that bad, but do not expect to need to. Unless inflation went realistic, I think we'll be okay. Okay, to be sure, our internet could help workers in a short space across workers. America, other factors would bolster the workforce. Immigrants, for instance, is burning. Some data points some emphatic pictures of the labor force monthly pay figures from the labor departments which are based on surveys from the domestic statistics show that companies have been continue to add jobs apparently despite the complaints about the worker shortage. So listen to John Paul talk about labor supplies. He signed that there's nothing left. Yeah. Yeah. How long is on this one? Among 20 minutes. But central banks, yeah. Yeah. The point of this topic is businesses are worried about why people not working. One is the money. Second, the cutting hours. Third, the workplace. Fourth is the customer. That's the four things people complains. And when they complain, they say the management and the owner said, "Be quiet. We do with the boss, not you. You just not a number." Okay, that's it. See you.